This is West Ham Unofficial. Come on, your Irons. Fourth placed West Ham United take on Brighton side, who are currently sat in 8th position, who haven't won a game in 8 games in the Premier League. This is West Ham Unofficial, and we are, what are we? We are an hour and 13 minutes away from kickoff at the London Stadium. Massive game tonight. We've got to get the win, in my opinion. But before we get into all of it, the tinsel's up. It's Christmas time. It's the 1st of December, so this is what I'm doing. Change things around. Let me know what you guys think of it all, and let's get into our guests. Let's get into talking about the football tonight. Firstly, Mike, how are you?
Yeah, it's good, mate. Yeah, I haven't got my festive stuff up yet, but no doubt I'll be under instructions to do it soon.
Under instructions. James, how are you?
All good, mate. December the 1st, birthday month, Christmas month, and New Year's Eve month. So I'm going to be skint by the end of the month. So yeah, all good.
Well, everybody is. But listen into the chat. Tufty, hope you are well. Dylan, hope you are well. Cyber, hope you are well. Jane, hope you are well. Hope everybody's well. WHUFC, Coming Minds need a big win here to get us going. And I completely agree. TDT, the disabled team, hope you are well. Marcus as well. Peach, hope you are my man. You're still young enough to get excited about Christmas. Well, yeah. I can't lie. I went into school today and all teachers have started to put Christmas music on in the background. And I'm like, yeah, this is the start. This is the start of Christmas. I like this. Everybody, get your thoughts in the chat about the game tonight. Right then, Mike, come to you first. Are you nervous? This is a big game for West Ham.
I'm not nervous, mate. I'm not. All my boys have been saying to me all day today, "Oh, I'm nervous, Dad. I'm nervous." I mean, I was nervous when we're 4th from bottom. I'm not nervous when we're 4th from top. Yeah. I've been following this team too long to get like that. I get nervous in the real big games. Brighton are a bogey team. Yeah, it's going to be tough. We know that, but I've got a feeling we're going to do something tonight. I've got a feeling we're going to get the 3 points.
We need a reaction tonight, James, don't we?
100%, mate. 100,000%. We haven't beat this team in 8 now, and it's time to end the curse, basically. It's starting to become a curse all of a sudden that we can't beat this team. But I'm a bit more on the boys' side rather than Mike's side on this one. I'm not sure that we can win tonight. I think it's got a draw written all over it, but we will see what lineup he goes with first and see what happens then.
Do you see any major decisions and any major changes from the starting lineup of what we expect to see tonight, Mike?
He doesn't do that, does he, normally? But I think there is a couple that need a rest. I really do. Yeah. It's high time that Crow had a run out. Bit worried about Creswell and Ben Rama, whether they're fit or not. I'm not 100% sure, but it didn't look good on Sunday, did it, when they both went off?
No.
So, yeah, I don't know. I just think we got to beat this hoodoo sometime, and why can't it be tonight?
Hopefully so. What time is it on? 10 minutes, 6:30 usually, an hour before kickoff. It's 7:30 kickoff tonight. Don't ask me, ask Amazon Prime. Okie dokie then. So, James, we talked a little bit about it last night, and taking on board what Taylor said, they can't really score many goals. I mean, they get a lot of draws, goalless draws at the Amex. They're coming away, and even Taylor said they play better away from home. Any players that you're thinking tonight we've got to keep quiet?
Trossard, 100%. When he turns up and performs, then we don't seem. He always seems to do well against us. I must admit, I don't believe any of that about the last 5 or 6 games that Brighton have played, because every time Brighton come to the LS, they seem to score goals for fun every single time. Once upon a time, we was 3-1 up against this team, and we still managed to draw the game 3-3. So I don't believe none of that. We just got to get out there, all guns blazing tonight. I want to see the Liverpool and Leicester performances. I don't want to see the Crystal Palace performance or the Brentford one, anything like that. It has to be, right, we need a reaction and a big one tonight. And Brighton are going to sit deep. They're going to try and hit us on the break. And they're going to probably play with wing-backs. And that's West Ham's weakness. When teams play with wing-backs, we don't play well. So we've got to play well like that tonight.
Yeah. With the lineup, you mentioned Crowell, Mike. Any other options that you think could be available? We've got a massive game on Saturday. I understand that. But this game is almost up there in terms of level of importance, because
yeah, sorry, mate, but I've heard people saying leave Rice out because he's on his 4th booking, but I wouldn't at all. I'd just take every game as it comes, and we need to win this one tonight. And if we do win this one tonight, it gives us a little bit of confidence going into the Chelsea game. The Chelsea game becomes a bit more of a free hitter then. I mean, if we don't win tonight, the pressure comes onto the Chelsea game. I just think we've got to go out with our best team tonight. And like James said, get out there and have a right go at them.
Yeah. And James, it does show how crucial that win was against Liverpool, because, if we would have lost that game, that would have been 3 games lost on the spin in the Premier League. And that's not a road we want to be heading down, if I'm being honest. And it's key that we get that reaction, because, Chelsea just seem to be going about their business and no one's really talking about it. Everybody's talking about Liverpool, United, City. No one's really talking about Chelsea, but they just keep going on, picking up 3 points week in, week out. They didn't at the weekend, but we've got in the space of half a week, from Wednesday to Saturday, we've got 2 key 180 minutes for the rest of this month and for the rest of the season, James.
100%, mate. But international break curse strikes again. Last season, it happened with us, and we lost Declan. It's happened again. Like, we'll come back. We ain't lost no one, but we can't win a game at the minute. So that's the thing. But tonight is massive. And I know that's a term we all like to use as for West Ham, but tonight is massive, I must admit. If we're going to do something in this season, we've got to be beating teams like Brighton at home. I'm sorry, but if we can't beat Brighton at home, then we don't deserve to be in the top 4. And that's being realistic. So you've got to look at it like we've got to go out there and we've got to own it. And knowing West Ham for all the years, and Mike will probably agree with me on this, it would not surprise me in the slightest if West Ham go and draw tonight and then beat Chelsea on Saturday, because that's just the West Ham way. Like, we make it hard against the easy teams, and we play brilliant against the best teams. So we will see. We will see what happens.
Yeah, well, in terms of doubts, team news. Aaron Cresswell's a doubt. He's been out, so we're hopeful that he's not too bad. So we'll see how he is. So it's within the balance whether we will see Aaron Cresswell involved. But there's so many options with the starting lineup in terms of the defence. I think he'll stick with Dawson. I don't think Dawson did anything wrong at the weekend to warrant being dropped. Dawson will start 100%. I think I'll be incredibly surprised if Diop comes in for Dawson tonight. Maybe against Chelsea, it's another story, but I don't know. In terms of the fullbacks, for me tonight, Mike, we've got to go out there. We've got to show no fear. We've got to score early. We've got to come at Brighton. We can't just start the game slow and trudge along and then, oh Christ, it's half time. We better start thinking about things now. We need to go out there, fast paced. First 20 minutes, we've got to put in a good performance, and then put Brighton's back against the wall. And how David Moyes does that tactically, I don't know.
He's got most things right this year, hasn't he? Let's face it.
Yeah.
Was it last year when we started with Noble against Brighton, when we went 5 in the back, and we all thought it was a real negative.
Yeah, that was sorry, mate. That was Boxing Day last year.
Was it? Bloody hell. Time flies when you're having fun. Joking aside, though, James said it earlier. When teams sit back and we got to try and break them down, we find it tough. We're better suited to teams that come out and play against us. But hey, this is going to happen now. We're sat fourth in the league. We're going to expect teams to play like that against us because they're playing the team that's in the top four. And they're thinking, oh, hang on a minute. We've got to be a bit careful against these guys. Let's be a bit defensive. So it's up to us now to find a way to break these teams down. And we've got to do it. Otherwise, we're not going to stay in the top four. We're not going to be up there for long. We're going to be dropping back down to mid-table-ish.
Yeah, I agree. Let's go take some comments quickly. Luke, I see you in the chat. If you're available for the next 10 minutes or so, I've whacked you over the link if you're about. So let's take some comments. Win tonight is Luke. Win tonight. We keep top four hopes alive. I agree. It's a massive fixture. It certainly is. James been saying for ages, left back cover is a must. Tagliafico should have got it done in the summer.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Scott,
I say things, but no one believes me. But cheers, Luke. Cheers, man.
Scott, we got a bit of live stadium link up here. Scott, I can imagine you're just getting into the stadium. Atmosphere building nicely. He says, to be fair, I don't think we sold this out today because West Ham put on Twitter earlier on pay on the day tickets. I'm like, Christ, we really haven't sold this out today, have we? But I can understand it because we've got so many games. It's a Wednesday night, and it's not ideal. Scott, I hope you are super chef. Too kind of you all. Chef is here, telling everybody to subscribe to West Ham Unofficial. Of course, Scott. Of course, as you are the right honourable moderator, along with Simon. It's your job. But as well as 3 minutes away from team news. What have you made of Brighton, Mike?
Yeah, the results haven't been great lately, but hey, all of a sudden, up pops West Ham.
Precisely.
The team they never lose against. So they're probably rubbing their hands together, and they think, oh, the end of our run, isn't it? We've got West Ham. But hey, we got to beat these sooner or later, haven't we? It's been a long time, isn't it? Ever since they've been back in the Premier League, and we've not beaten them. And I've watched a few of these games live, and it's been abysmal, really. The way we threw away that 3-1 lead when we drew 3-3, we were just awful at the back. We just haven't played well against them. They've done a number on us, haven't they? And give Potter his due, really. He is a good manager. He's a good coach.
Yeah, he is.
But hey, let's not get too down about it because we're still fourth. Moyes he knows what he's doing. He's picked the right team for most of the games. He might not have his full team available tonight, so he might have to change a couple of things about. But hey, maybe those changes might help us. If Kufel comes in, he's an attacking fullback. Johnson on Sunday, I thought he did really well defensively, but going forward, it was lacking. It was really lacking, and maybe Kufel coming in gives us a bit more of an option, as a fullback. Arthur did well for 20 minutes, but it was 20 minutes, wasn't it? And that was it.
That was, yeah. The rumours are floating about a couple of minutes before the team news is announced. We're hearing 2 changes apparently, but we will nice mug there, Mike. We will bring that to you when we get it, But if you haven't already, why not go and subscribe to James's channel, E20 Zone TV? Great stuff over there. Great stuff coming as always. Click that link, subscribe, and do all of that jazz. Can I feel a draw coming? No, I can see a really, really horrid 1-0 West Ham scrape through win. I think it's not going to be pretty, but if we get them 3 points, I think we are all going to be happy. Right, then let's take some team news. Fabianski in goal, a back four of Sufal, Zuma, Dawson, Johnson, 2 in the middle of Rice, Souček, Bowen, Benrahma, Fornals, and Mikel Antonio. Not many surprises in there. I would have liked to see a cheeky little Lanzini appearance, but it is what it is, James.
The right team. Right? It's the right team. Everyone says about Lanzini. Can Lanzini really start games now? The answer to that is no. I think he's better off the bench. 20 minutes, half hour. he can do some damage, but I don't think he's a starter. Positive team. Let's go for it tonight. That to me is a 4-2-3-1 system. The only fear I have with that team at the minute is are we going to get overrun in midfield? Because Brighton will set up like a 3-4-3, 5-3-2 system. But I like that team. That's the team that that's our strongest team. If you take out Johnson and put Cresswell there, that's really our strongest team that we got. So it don't look too bad to me. Time for Ben Rama to perform, I'm afraid. I've been backing him up, and I will keep backing him up, but he needs to do something tonight to shut all them people up who's been criticising him and saying he ain't good enough to be even on the pitch. So, yeah, please, Benny, do it for me tonight, brother.
He's got to. And, Antonio, there's a lot of key players from last season who have really, really got to start performing. Evening, Pete, I hope you are well. James needs to hit 300 subs by Christmas or it's costing him a 5-star meal. What have I heard here? What's going on here, James?
No, I've got a bet with my missus. My missus thinks I won't get to 300.
Right.
I think, no, she thinks... She thinks I won't get to 300. I think I will. I've had a bet on it, and at the minute I'm on 237, so it's not looking good for me. Let's put that.
Come on, let's get some.
Come on.
I
hope Benny has a blinding game, scores 2 goals and stays on. I completely agree. Let's have a look at the bench. Sonny Perkins is the recognisable name there that's retaining his name on the bench. So there's Ariola, Masuaku, Diop, Crown, Noble, Lanzini, Yarmolenko, Vlasic, Perkins. Bit of pace though, Masuaku, no Fredericks yet. He's still not back. Crow is still on the bench. Lanzini's still on the bench. Yarmolenko's Yarmolenko. Vlasic is Vlasic. And hopefully we can see a little bit more of Sonny Perkins tonight. Mike, over to you. What's your thoughts on that lineup? Pretty strong.
I like it. Yeah. But like I'm saying, Kufel gives us a better delivery down the right-hand side.
Yeah.
Okay, we've missed Cresswell, so that's totally wiped that out completely because we don't have the delivery from the left-hand side now. But defensively, I think Johnson's done all right. I'm not going to knock the boy because he can get better. He can learn. He can improve that side of his game. And when he does, he's going to be a top-class player. He really is. But he's got to start brushing up on it. Because it's so important nowadays. The fullbacks getting forward are so important. Sometimes I think it's a bit of confidence. He gets a chance to whip it in. He gets the ball out in front of him. There's a chance to whip it in, and he thinks, "Oh, perhaps I'm not going to get this right now." And he comes back. Starts again, and then loses it. And sometimes he's better off probably just taking a punt and getting that ball in the middle, whipping it in. I like the team. I think it's set up quite well. Like James said, it's probably our strongest team with the players available. So, yeah, we got to go for it. We got to go for this. It's no good sitting back in. A lot of it depends on Rice getting us up the pitch again and from the middle of the park. And I thought he was really good at that on Sunday. Mm-hmm. He can't do it every single game, but if he does it 8 out of 10 games, we gives against the teams that are sort of mid-table and thereabouts, and I think we'll beat them.
Yeah. I've not been Johnson's biggest fan because at times this season when he's played, I haven't seen the hype that everybody's been hyping up. Yeah, against Villa, I thought he was excellent, but at times I haven't seen what people have been hyping him up about. James, can you see him getting some stick tonight if he doesn't perform on that left-hand side?
No, because he's not supposed to be there. And if West Ham owners and manager would go out and buy a left-back or covering left-back, wouldn't have this problem. It says it all when you've got Arthur Mazuaku on the bench who's left-footed and he just does not trust him at left-back. So Ben deserves a little bit of credit. I think he's done all right since he's come in. I rate Ben Johnson. I really do. I think he's a talent. It's important that we sign him up for the next 5 years, and I think he'll be a gem for us. But he's out of position tonight, and we've got to understand that he's going to be up against Lamptey, and that's going to be he's going to have his work cut out because Lamptey's rapid. and he knows how to get past people empty. So we need to know where we're at with Ben. I think Ben will be fine though. I really do.
Mm. If James hits 300, he's taking us all out for McDonald's. Wow.
That's it, mate. I'll give you the McDonald's, but just my missus ain't getting a 5-star meal without that.
Well, James, you're up to. Well, you're up
It'll be
to
a happy meal instead, mate.
Yeah, happy
Yeah.
meal. Well, James, you're up to 238, so only a few more to go.
Cheers. Thank you very much.
Come on,
There we
Pete.
Really do appreciate.
Is there, Mike? Is there anything you would have changed with that lineup if you were David Moyes?
No, you know, he's picking the best team at the squad we got, and that's it. In my mind, that is the best team we've got available for tonight's game. It's a shame about Creswell, but as soon as he rattled into that post on Sunday, I couldn't see him playing midweek. No way. It was quite a bump, you know, and he slid into it, and I thought, yeah, that the bruiser come out. Probably the bruises are still coming out now. So
Yeah.
I couldn't see him playing tonight, which is a shame. But hey, you know, I'm with James, and he knows that. Ben Johnson, I think, is a capable, very, very capable young player, and he can defend. So he's got Lamptey up against him tonight. He is quick, he is good, and I do rate him highly. And but I think he can handle him. I think Ben Johnson can stop him. So
Hopefully so.
Fingers crossed.
Hopefully so. Let's just say Antonio doesn't put in the performance that we'd all be hoping for, and we're sat here at Abbas 9 tonight, James. What's got to happen if we sit here and Antonio has not put in a good performance tonight?
For me, and this might be controversial, but he's no different to any other player at West Ham United Football Club. If he's not performing, he deserves to sit on the bench and understand that if you don't perform at the level that is expected, you're not too good for the bench. Do you know what I mean? So the problem is, and it is the old problem, is we haven't got no one else to replace him. And that is the key thing. And like, when you're in any sort of career or any sort of thing in life, there's always someone. You should have someone behind you wanting to take your spot to make you go up to another level. And Mickey hasn't been performing recently. Like, it's no two ways about it. And listen, against Liverpool, I thought he'd done okay. Right, he was an influence in the game because of the goals. In Genk, he was poor. In Rapid Vienna, he didn't play. Wolves, he was non-existent. And Manchester City, I can give him a bit of benefit of that against City because of the circumstances. Like,
He was okay at City. He was okay.
He wasn't. Do you know what I mean? What it is, when you are going for top four, you need to be better than just okay. If that makes sense, you've got to be top. Do you know what I mean? And he hasn't been top for a long time. And maybe correct me if I'm wrong, and anyone in the chat, but I would say his best performance this year was Leicester. And other than that, he hasn't had a better performance than that this season so far.
Yeah. Mike, can you see anything different happening? Because I mean, he hasn't got anything behind him, as James just said, and he's
no pressure on him.
He's very, very comfortable. He's very settled. He knows his job, and if he puts
like
in,
that. Yeah, Jake, he seems like that. His personality and the way about him is just like, hey, if I have a poorish game, what the hell? I'm still in the team next week, and. It's a shame, really. We were desperate to get we needed a striker, desperate for a striker on a left back. It didn't happen. In a way, we've been lucky because Bowen nor Antonio have been injured. And if both of them have been injured, you're looking at the next option and your favourite player comes into the team, Jake.
No.
And that's honestly, mate, that's it. That's it. That is it. And that's why we're lacking. And that's why, unless we do the right business in January, we haven't got no chance of finishing the top four.
Definitely, yeah. He's all comfortable. He's settled. No matter if he puts in the worst performance in a West Ham shirt, or if he puts in his best performance in a West Ham shirt. If we're next playing in the Premier League, the chances is he's probably going to start because, yes, he hasn't been great, but I feel when you take him out of the side, I don't see our identity, and we're not good enough to be like a Man City and play football on the floor and be effective with it. We've got some good players, but I just don't think we are good enough. If, to be fair, if our front four all play fantastically, we probably are. But at the moment, Benrahma's off it. If Benrahma's on it and there's a couple of players at the right places at the right time playing well, we probably could. But without Antonio in the side, we've got no aerial threat in the box. But then again, Antonio
But he hasn't scored no
out.
goal. But he hasn't scored no goals from any of those, Jake.
Yeah,
and this is why. If someone can tell me the last time Antonio scored a headed goal, I'd like to know. And he was known for his headering ability. I'm not disagreeing with you on that, but can you really see? And we've got 9 games in December, including tonight. Can you really see Antonio playing every single game? Take out the Zagreb games, and we've got 8. That's 8 games that he's going to have to play. I can't see him playing 8 or 8, so we're going to have to do something, ain't we?
Well, I'm telling you, he won't play.
Yeah,
he won't play. He won't play that Spurs away game in the Cup. He just won't play that. They'll chuck Bowen up front. I can't see him playing that game. All of the other games, there might be a little bit of rotation in there. There's got to be. David Moyes has got to work around, players and wrapping certain players up in cotton wool. I wish we could just keep hold of the ball. Our passing is shocking. Yeah, and this is one of my problems with Ben Johnson. Of course, he's going to develop and learn in this and that and the other, but sometimes his passing can be absolutely awful at times, and our passing on a whole at times can't be. It's not fantastic. When we're on it, we turn it on, I think. But when we're off it, we see it. We are very flat at times, and this is what we've got to avoid tonight, Mike.
Yeah, I think though, to be fair, your passing game against teams like Liverpool and Man City is different. I mean, because they got the ball. They've got so many good players that are so good on the ball. You just can't get the ball off them, and when you do, they just close you down so well. They press you so well. Same with Liverpool. I mean, the Wolves game, we should have done better in that game. But it's hard to be critical for the Man City game. While it was snowing, mate, if it had kept snowing and that snow just stayed on the pitch, they'd have battered us to death because they were so good on the ball and they were just moving it around on the top of that snow. They're like,
what they was doing, Mike, what they was doing well and really well, they was just doing them 5-yard passes.
Yeah, this all the time. The little passes.
Yeah, like triangles.
Out to one wing, bang, 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 bang. Out to the other wing. Try him. I mean, we just couldn't get the ball off them. It's a good job they cleared that snow off because we'd have been battered.
Yeah,
battered. When we had some grass to run around on, we had more of a chance. No chance with that snow on the ground. In fact, the Man City grounds would have been better off leaving it on for them.
Final questions for you both. James, you mentioned Trossard as your key player for Brighton. Who's your key player for West Ham tonight?
Good question, mate. I'm going to say, I'm going to have to say Mickey because he's got to do something tonight. Because if he don't do nothing tonight, there is no excuse now. Fair enough. Wolves, you can say about the jet lag. Man City, you can say about they're the best team in the country or probably one of the best teams in the world. But Brighton are no Wolves and no Manchester City. Mickey's got to have a good game tonight. He has to. And if he doesn't, questions need to be asked. I keep hearing the word credit in the bank quite a lot recently. When does that credit run out? And when do you have to go up to the shop and buy new credit? And for me, this is a big game for him tonight. If he turns up tonight and he's on it, all of them will be on it and we'll win the game. So it has to start from the front and work and filter all the way through the team. So Mickey needs to perform tonight, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Or do you watch? You get your predictions in the chat. What are you going for tonight's game as we are 45 minutes away from kickoff on Amazon Prime Video? What is it coming to? Mike, your key players for Brighton and West Ham respectively tonight.
Yeah, I think there'd be a big battle in the middle of the park. Bazuma and Rice. And Rice needs to win that one. And that will be a big, big battle. I think Rice is a better player than Basuma, don't get me wrong, but Basuma is no mug. And that's a big battle there. I agree with James as well. Antonio needs to turn up tonight. He could make the difference for us. And so could Ben Rama. I think if those two are on it, or those three are on it, I think we win the game. If they're right on it. For Brighton, Glenn Murray. Oh, no, he's not playing.
Good one, Mike. Good one.
Can we sign Glenn Murray tonight and get him on as sub and they scored a winner?
Yeah. Well, I saw someone put on Instagram earlier on something like, I can see in the 93rd minute Glenn Murray coming out of the tunnel on a seagull coming on and tapping the ball into the back of the net to get the winner for Brighton tonight. Honestly, but Mikey, player for West Ham, I'm going to go for Vladimir Soufal tonight. I think we've lacked in the last couple of games his crossing ability. I think he can put a flipping good ball into the box, and if he can put one onto the head and put one on a plate for Antonio, I think it might boost his confidence as well. And Souček, if he can put one on Souček's head and Souček can whack it in, it's going to boost these players' confidence because they're in desperate need of a bit of confidence and a bit of form. I'm going to go Vladimir Soufal, my key player for Brighton. I am going to go for Tariq Lamptey. The pace, can Ben Johnson handle it? I sincerely hope so, but we'll have to wait and see. James, your prediction?
I said to you last night, I said I'm all over the draw. I'm a bit more optimistic with that lineup, I must admit. I look at that lineup and I think, let's be honest, we're one player out from having our strongest team. Like, if you take Ben Johnson out, put Cresswell in, really, that's our strongest team at present. Yeah. So I think we can win, but my brain and my mind is just saying, James, a draw. It's just a draw. It's got a draw written all over it. But if we are going to win the game tonight, we need to come out fast and we need to score first. If we score first, I can see us winning the game. The longer the game goes on 0-0, the more nervous all of us and everyone in the chat will get. But if we can score early to settle the nerves and then just play, then I think we can roll them out 3-1 myself. But I don't know. Something's telling me the draw, mate. It really is.
Yeah. Mike?
I'm going for a 2-1 win. It's going to be close and it's not going to be pretty, but we should have enough. We should really have enough. And it's up for them boys to come out there, roll their sleeves up and have a right good crack at it.
I will say this before we go. If we do not win tonight, or if we lose against Brighton, then we don't deserve to be top four, mate. Because teams in the top four position do not lose at home against Brighton. Like, you know what I mean? You got to be beating them sort of teams if you're going to go aim for that heights. And we need to do that tonight if we're serious top four contenders.
Yeah, definitely. Let's look at your predictions before I give mine and we wrap things up. 2-1 win, come on you Irons. 3-3, hold on to your hat. 2-1 Irons, 3-1 West Ham. This is the bottom line as well. Lost our last two games and still in fourth spot. It shows how good of a run we were on and how good we actually were. Very good comment. Thank you very much, Mandy. Hopefully Bowen's on fire. Hopefully he's all rested and he's been well looked after, as I'm sure he has been. Bowen first goal scorer, 2-1. Yeah, I've mentioned it on the preview and I hit on here a couple of times. I'm going for a scraped out, ugly 1-0 West Ham win with all focus on Saturday. 2-1 Irons, says Callum as well. So we are entering the festive period of football and my tinsel is up as I did last year.
Good effort.
Yeah, thank you. Plenty of stuff. Of course, we've got 8, 9, something like that games in December. We've got some new things coming. We might trial out a few things as well. You never know what might happen, and we will see what happens. But hopefully for West Ham, it's going to be a very positive month. But that is long term. Short term, we will be back with the full time instant match reaction straight after the final whistle, and hopefully we are celebrating another or I should say a win for West Ham to get us back on track, ready to take on them blue lot on Saturday. So there we go. Final thoughts, Mike?
Hey, I just want to see us have a right go at this game. I'll be disappointed if we don't really have a good crack at it. I will. Like James said, if we don't win this game, we don't deserve to be up there. We'd drop a couple of places, and we'd be where we deserve to be if we don't win this game. I really hope we can get the 3 points, but yeah, my heart says it, but my head says it might have to scrape a draw out of it.
Yeah, and James, the final thought goes with you.
Forward thinking tonight. Forward passes, no sideways and back passes tonight. I've seen that twice now in the last 2 games in the Prem. Sideways and back. I want to see balls over the top for Antonio and balls down the sides for Ben Rama and Bowen. We've got some good players in our ranks, and we deserve to be fourth because that's the table doesn't lie. But we won't be fourth for long if we perform how we performed at Wolves and other And if we let these teams beat us, then we don't deserve to be fourth. So I want to see us be aggressive, front foot to the floor, and I want to see a Liverpool performance again, like non-stop all the way to the end. And if we can do that, I expect us to win this game comfortably.
100%. So there we go. That is the lineup, reaction, and build-up show evening. Let's just to say, to stay in the top 4, we have to win 3 in every 4 matches. Not sure if we're used to that. We're definitely not. It's a very good stat. Thank you very much, Eric. It's going to be an uphill task, but West Ham 2-0 says Mark. We need Vlasic to show why we paid 30 billion for him. We certainly do, and I would love it. I wouldn't love anything more than for actually I would like Dawson to score the winner, so I could come in here and go, oh, all of you, Dawson out, Dawson this, be your pin. But, hopefully we see a bit of that. But I would love for Vlasic to come on the 70th minute, 0-0. The game has poised him to come on and score the winner. I would absolutely love that. Absolutely love that. Thank you very much for watching. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to West Ham on official, become a channel member for just $1.99, $2.99 or $4.99 a month. Try to say that in one breath very quickly. Come on, you irons. James, we get to come on, you irons.
Give us 3 points tonight, please.
Come on, you irons.
Let's get these 3 points on the board. We will be back just before about 9:25 tonight on the final whistle. Cheers, guys. Bye-bye. And let's get those 3 points and get back on track.